Hello, my name is Scott Kennison. I'm a drummer based out of New Hampshire. I live New Hampshire in the United States. I live about an hour north of Boston, Massachusetts. I'm a professional drummer. I teach about 50 to 60 lessons a week, and I perform as well. I do anything from musical theater work to GB gigs to jazz, funk, blues, rock, you name it. Pretty much do the whole gamut. Today I'm going to do just a quick video describing a warm-up that I've been using for about the last year, and this video is geared towards probably intermediate to advanced players, whether you are a student or a teacher or both. I think this might be useful for you. I'll give you a couple of new ideas, hopefully, as to different types of exercises and warm-ups you can do to help build strength, speed, and learning how to play from a relaxed state. So here we go. The three different techniques that this involves is the moeller technique, wrist technique, and finger technique. So I'm just going to go down through these really quick. This video is not intended to show you exactly how to do these. If there is enough of a response to this video, then I'll do some more going into a little bit more detail as to how to do each individual technique involved. Okay, so the first one would be the moeller technique, which many of you probably already know. Goes something like this. It's a lifting method. You lift with your wrist. Produces an accented note followed by a couple of quieter notes, and it utilizes the entire arm from the shoulder right down to the fingers. The fingers aren't really doing a lot in this case, but they are holding the stick in my hand. On the right side. So you might want to start doing this exercise first. It really doesn't matter which one you do, wrist, fingers, or moeller, but there you have it. You probably already know this, so I'm not going to bother, like I said, I'm not going to bother going into details exactly how to do this method, other than just to remind you that you want to really lift with your wrist when you do the moeller method. As you get faster, you get lower, and always play relaxed. Do not get tense, okay? So that's the first method. The second method would be a wrist, something like this, where my wrist is doing all the work. On the left side, if you play traditional grip, your arm is pivoting like this. A little bit of arm motion, but mostly wrist, and really not much finger to speak of. On the right side, everything's right there. You can see my arm's moving a little bit, but really it's not doing much of the work, and my fingers are kind of going along for the ride. They're not squeezing, they're just following the stick. If you're going slow, you can take nice big strokes. As you get faster, you want to get lower. And finally, the finger technique. On the right hand, or if you play match grip on both hands, there's two different methods that I use. The first would be to kind of create a notch right here by closing up your grip. Do not play with an open grip on this. You kind of close up like this. This is my method. I'm sure there's plenty of other ways of doing this that would use your hand open, but I like to kind of close it up. And then you use your fingers underneath to make the stick do that. So basically what you're doing is you're going to end up dribbling the stick, pivoting it here, and using these fingers to dribble it. Now you can see my wrist is pretty still, my arm's not moving much, fingers are doing all the work. The other method is to turn your hand this way so your thumb is on top of the stick. And then you're going to use this sort of technique where the stick's going to go like this and pivot on your thumb, on the pad of your thumb. So that would go like this. This is great for playing fast. You can get a lot of speed with this technique. On the left side, if you play traditional grip, what I do is first of all, you got to make sure you're holding the stick in the right way. On the Vic First stick, you have a little American flag, which is kind of worn off, but it would be right here. That is your fulcrum, so put that in here. Then you can kind of close your hand up. You get 2 fingers over, 2 fingers under. And then what I do is I use this thumb, I curl it up over, and this thumb actually gets the stick to dribble like this. So Now you can see my arm's fairly steady. It's moving a little bit, but not much. My fingers aren't really doing much. It's all in the thumb. So there's the finger technique. In terms of how to do these exercises, I typically work out of a triplet format. I do 2 measures of triplets with each technique. So this would go, if I was to start with the moeller, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 and a 2 and a 3, however you count, doesn't matter. As you get faster, you get lower. And so on. Do that for 5-10 minutes till you start to feel nice and loose. Your arms are feeling good. If you do the wrist, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and so on. Do that for 5-10 minutes till you feel good. And then the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. I do this a little fast sometimes, just because it's easier to kind of get it up to a certain speed. Real slow is pretty tough to control. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do these with triplets. You can do them with 16th notes. It really doesn't matter. You can do them free form. Just sit there on one hand for a while until you feel good, and then go to the other hand. Doesn't matter. But what I do recommend is you keep going through the different ones. Try, cycling through them, jumping back and forth. After about a half an hour, I guarantee you're going to feel better. You're going to be warmed up right from your shoulder right down to your fingertips. Good luck. Have fun playing.